All right, Steve, Danilo, I have this video. Now, this video is about fashion, but I want you to think of this video, fashion being analogous to ideas, thoughts. This is an incredible a very interesting perspective. I think it's very great to wrestle with it in terms of fashion, but also then we'll transition to ideas. So see if you can answer this guy's questions.
Hate the hair, hate the bag, hate the shoes.
We get a lot of people that say that they're into fashion and that their opinion matters, but then all their outfits are bricks. But I have a question that needs to be answered. What kind of fit do they need to be wearing for their opinion to actually matter? Because what style is the actual answer? I mean, we have objectively bad outfits, but what would make a valid outfit to make one person's opinion actually matter? So if you can answer my question, leave it down in the comment section below and explain why. With that, later drainers.
So think about that one. What makes... So if we're going to discuss outfits, right, and trends and everything in terms of fashion, you usually, what makes something good, what makes something bad, kind of like art, is objective to the audience. Like the audience agrees, yes, we like Yeezys, no, we don't like Nikes. Whatever the wave is, it's the tide of the people. Now the question is, what guides the tide of the people, and what makes somebody, their outfit, their position, legitimate enough to criticize another? Is it because enough people back their position, or is any opinion in regards to fashion? I think if you wear clothes, you should be allowed to have an opinion in fashion. Right. Whether it's the opinion that everybody backs is a whole other thing.
If you don't wear clothes, you're not allowed to have an opinion?
I would say nudist, that's an outfit too.
No or anything. That would be awesome, actually. All right, I'll jump in on this first. First of all, I just think the fashion that they're pushing is just total bullshit. Like fashion. if you watch the last Met Gala, I think we were talking about this earlier. The dudes were wearing dresses and the women were wearing suits. If you call that fashion, it's just cross-dressing. It's basically but the problem is the marketing. Like if you don't realize the agenda that they're pushing, or just the fact that what they're selling you is just bullshit or whatever. It's so if you're basing your fashion, or if you're basing how fashion should be off of the things that they are marketing to the public, your sense of fashion is basically very controlled by what they're pushing. So it's not even the idea of your fashion is not even your idea. It's the idea of the marketing that they're pushing onto you.
But the thing that I want to harp on with that clip is, while, Danilo raises some great points about, fashion right now, it's BS. And men in dresses, that's crazy. But the philosophical question wants you to ponder on, what does Danilo need to be wearing for him to be able to say that man in a dress is BS, right? So instead of fashion, make it ideas. What ideas do I have to have for me to be able to say your idea is bullshit, or shouldn't be worn, or shouldn't exist?
Let me interrupt there real quick, because I don't think Danilo, I don't think you or myself will ever sit there and say somebody else's idea is bullshit.
Bingo, right. You're catching what I wanted to hear your guys' answers, but there is a right answer here, and the reality to that guy's question is there is nothing you can be wearing to better as long as you're a thinking person. You deserve to have a thought.
Well, that's
as
hard.
long
That's
as you're
hard
a
to
clothes-wearing person, you deserve to have an opinion on fashion. No. That's my thought.
I couldn't agree more. But that's the hard part. As I said, that's hard to determine a thinking person, especially more nowadays than ever before. A thinking person.
But the reality is this: I'm not a Kanye fan. But what is definitely something we all need to acknowledge is Kanye has predicted all the trends. If you ever see that, do you guys remember the video of when he
is predicting zero trends? He has created.
So do you remember when he brought the people out and they were all wearing homeless people clothes?
Okay.
Right? They're all wearing homeless people clothes, and everybody trashed them. He was like, they're all like, you're an idiot, dude. Now, the most coveted shoe in America is a Yeezy.
So I'm gonna blow your mind.
We
I'm
are
gonna blow
all
your
dressing
mind.
like homeless people.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow your
blow
mind.
my mind.
He did not predict anything. He created the trends. There was a big difference there.
Sure.
He did not
Even
predict.
cooler point.
Okay, but predicting and creating are two completely
They are
different
very
things.
different.
Bro, if you're Illuminati, they're gonna push the shit out of you, dude. So they're probably like, oh, these shoes, Kanye, we're just gonna create like
Did
a
you
new
guys
brand
see the
that
most
people lose their
recent
mind
shoes?
over. Materialism, where they just need like, if I have these shoes, I'm like the best guy in like the school. You know
So
what I
that's
mean?
not predicting. That's creating.
It's creating, and I agree.
And what his newest
Great
shoe?
point.
Did you see the newest shoe?
I
You
was
literally have to take basically a hose and shove it in the side of the shoe, and water goes in the side.
So maybe Steve's more correct that he isn't predicting it, he's creating it, but that's still the trend. So my point is...
The trend
hold
is
on.
because we got a bunch of messed up people in the world.
No, so the point is, in 2012, you can look at Kanye and shit on his fashion show by saying, oh, it's all a bunch of homeless people. And then in 2019, be wearing exactly that. I'm just making a point about ideas.
You're right.
When
No,
you
you're
go,
right.
you can't sit there and criticize this dress because you don't look a certain way or you don't think a certain way. Who's to say the ideas won't evolve? Who's to say you're the arbiter of what is good fashion and what is bad fashion? What makes good fashion is allowing all of us to talk, and then once all of our voices are heard, we go, okay, so the consensus is you're not allowed to treat black people different. The consensus is gay people are allowed to get married. That only happens when we all talk. So when you look at the guy with the fanny pack and say you're not allowed to criticize the dress because you're wearing the fanny pack, that prevents any ability from all of us to go, wait. No, actually, we like the fanny pack more than the Doja Cat.